2018 Lexus LC 500 hours. 2018 Lexus LC 500 hours review. A world-class cabin and complex hybrid powertrain result in the LC 500 hours, a standout sport coupe. 3.5-star overall score. Buyers of high-end luxury vehicles are widely used to getting what they need, but until recently, opulent sports cars that didn't gorge on vast stores of gasoline simply didn't exist. Now, just about the most experienced hybrid automakers in the industry is thrusting its best foot forward using the new 2018 Lexus LC 500 hours. This seductive coupe provides an enticing mixture of high style, performance, comfort and luxury. Motivating the LC 500 hours can be a combination of any 3.5-litre gasoline V6 plus an electric motor. A continuously variable automatic transmission works in partnership with a traditional 4-speed automatic to send out power to the spine wheels. The unique powertrain helps have the most out on the horsepower available. That's 354 horsepower for your total system. This hybrid feels quick on the highway. In fact, it posted a similar 0 to 60 miles per hour time at our test track because the V8-driven LC 500. Plus, you obtain 30 miles per gallon in combined city, highway driving, in line with the EPA. That is fantastic to get a luxury performance coupe and most 50% better fuel economy compared to LC 500. As impressive since the powertrain is, it does not take cabin that immediately yields essentially the most impassioned responses from passengers. From the seats towards the headliner, virtually any surface is draped in supple leather or suede. The penchant for high-quality materials even travels into smaller details, such since the paddle shift is crafted from magnesium along with the hand-trimmed shift knob. There are a few functional blunders, such because the Lexus remote touch infotainment interface, which can be unwieldy and fast to work with. But overall the world thinks highly with the LC 500 hours. It's proof that Lexus can craft a jaw-dropping coupe that stands toe-to-toe with a few of essentially the most elite Grand Tours for sale today. What's new? The Lexus LC 500 hours is all new for 2018. A new model inside the Lexus lineup. The LC 500 hours is primarily a 2-seat performance car, even if it does have 2 small seats in back make use of in a pinch. The 500 hours may be the hybrid version that utilizes a mixture of a standard gasoline V6 with an electric motor. There is usually a V8 powered model referred to as LC 500, covered in a very separate review. The Lexus LC 500 hours can be found in only one trim, but several desirable optional packages transform the character with the car and offer it a customized touch. Though we presume the LC offers excellent outward visibility for just a sports car, adding the convenience package for blind spot monitoring. The Touring Pack's upgraded leather upholstery and faux suede headliner help raise the luxury factor. The Sport package can be an enticing alternative to your Touring, but we look for its sport seats are restrictive to everyone but probably the most slender drivers. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Lexus LC 500 hours can be a unique car. There are no other high-end hybrid sport coupes having a starting price under 6 figures. It's sport from just a single trim. The V8-powered LC 500 is reviewed separately, but there are numerous standard features. It's sufficiently luxurious with no options. 2 packages, convenience and touring, convey a few creature comforts, for example upgraded leather and blind spot monitoring. For those trying to find dynamic improvements, the sport and performance packages perhaps you have covered with simulated suede upholstery over the cabin, a torsion limited slip differential plus more. The LC 500 hours is powered using a 3.5-litre V6 assisted by an electrical motor, Gen 354 horsepower overall. 2 transmissions, a continuously variable automatic and also a 4-speed conventional automatic, are employed in conjunction to drive the trunk wheels. The transmission simulates a complete of 10 gears, which is often manually selected using steering wheel-mounted shift paddles. Like most luxury coupes on this price range, The LC 500 Hours boasts many standard features. They include 20-inch wheels, LED exterior lights, automatic high beam control, heated and auto-dimming mirrors with puddle lamps, keyless entry and ignition, ambient interior lighting, an 8-inch driver information screen, a power-adjustable tilt and telescoping tire, adaptive cruise control, 8-way power front seats, with 2-way power lumbar, driver seat memory settings, adjustable driving modes, a 10.3-inch central display, a navigation system, as well as a 12-speaker sound system with 2 USB ports and HD and satellite radio. Notable safety measures include a rear-view camera, a pre-collision warning system with automatic braking, and lane departure warning and mitigation. Since the LC 500 Hours is well equipped, since it is, just a smattering of options and packages are offered, however, some significantly customize the character with the car. Standalone options include 20 and 21-inch wheels, a head-up display, a Torsen limited slip differential and also a 13-speaker Mark Levinson premium sound system. If you wish to pack the LC 500 Hours with much more luxury features, think about the all-weather package, which adds a heated leader and windshield deicer, the convenience package, that can bring front and rear parking sensors and blind spot monitoring with rear cross-traffic alert, along with the touring package, which adds forged 20-inch wheels, a simulated suede headliner, upgraded leather upholstery and also the Mark Levinson stereo audio. If an increased performance hybrid might be more your speed, it's possible to specify the sport package, which adds the convenience package plus front sport seats with simulated suede inserts along with the limited slip diff. This package will also be ordered having a carbon fiber roof. Finally, the performance package takes the sport package with carbon fiber roof and adds an adaptive rear spoiler, an energetic rear steering system, variable ratio steering, carbon fiber kick plates plus the simulated suede headliner. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically also comes in multiple versions which can be fundamentally similar. The S on this review provide our full test in the 2018 Lexus LC 500 Hours, 3.5 liters V6 hybrid, CVT automatic, RWD. Driving. The LC 500 Hours S powertrain is less appealing in each and every way as opposed to more affordable V8 option, save for fuel economy. It's not power deficient, but it really does convey a palpable to 150 pounds and several drivability issues and removes every one of the oral pleasure you'd probably have enjoyed together with the 8-cylinder. Acceleration. This LC's hybrid is quicker than its specs suggest, excel from 0 to 60 miles per hour in the reasonably quick 5 seconds. But it's significantly less punchy and satisfying because V8 car. There are occasional power fluctuations when they are not at full throttle. Braking. The complicated hybrid system affects what sort of LC 500 Hours switches between regenerative and standard braking. The brake pedal's engagement could be inconsistent for anyone who is driving in stop-and-go traffic, along with the pedal feel is numb. Panic stops from 60 miles per hour are stable and relatively respectable at 111 feet. Steering. The steering feels tuned more for comfort than toward performance. There's not much feedback about what the front tires do, but the steering is precise and weighted appropriately light for just a Grand Tourer. Handling. As a Grand Touring hybrid, the LC 500 Hours performs needlessly to say. It has superb weight balance as well as run-flat tires stick decently. But tighter roads reveal its beefy curb weight, as well as the lack of feedback from your steering plus the brakes doesn't help. Drivability. The incredibly complex and intriguing transmission combo of an CVT as well as a 4-speed automatic can be the LC 500 Hours as some weakness, which ties in using the braking issues. Downshift fact is lacking sometimes, and also the transmission is busy and sometimes uncertain in the actions it must take. Comfort. Our Tester's standard seats tend to be comfortable compared to the optional sport seats and therefore are appropriate for this impressively comfortable Grand Tourer. The ride is fantastic, highway noise is minimal, and also the climate control is very effective when left to its own devices. Seat comfort. Our Tester's standard seats are supportive. Vehicles have less bolstering compared to optional sport seats. The seat cushioning is pleasantly supportive. Nevertheless, the seatback lacks height-adjustable lumbar. They may feel less well-suited for bigger, wider physiques. Ride comfort. The adaptive suspension is good at absorbing small and large road imperfections. Even with big 20-inch wheels and stiff front flat tires, the LC is comfortable without feeling disconnected in the road. That said, we had been hard-pressed to see much difference between different drive modes. Noise and vibration. There's some noticeable wind noise at freeway speeds and, depending traveling surface, some tire noise, too. But out or on well-kept roads, the LC 500 hours is pleasantly quiet, particularly when running in F mode. The V6 hybrid sound just isn't as pleasant as being the V8's. Climate control. The automatic climate control is useful, and also the automatic seat heating and cooling is really a nice touch. Basic temperature adjustments are easy. There are voice commands for many climate functions. But for full manual control, you need to utilize the touchpad system, and that is very awkward. Interior. Good visibility along with a comfortable, sporty driving position include the highlights. This Lexus can be easier to be in and outside of than many low-slung coupes. The cabin is generally very upscale, using a few exceptions. The biggest letdown may be the thrust touchpad infotainment interface. Ease of usage. While everything's very easy to reach, many controls are thrust to work with. Locating options from the infotainment system featuring its awkward haptic touchpad interface is a problem. The controls please take a bit of acclimating yourself with because not everyone is intuitively placed or labeled. Getting in, getting out. Access is slightly easier when compared to many sports cars because of a seat that's higher relative on the ground than ones in certain competitors and also a steering wheel that moves out on the way. But the long doors mean a lot of clearance should be used, highs are higher and wide sill to step over. Driving position. The seat feels appropriately low and snug in the car on account of a sporting position as well as the high belt line and armrests. Taller drivers will need more telescoping from the controls. Otherwise the positioning is comfortable and offers a clear view on the gauges, controls plus the road ahead. Roominess. The cabin is surprisingly small relative towards the LC 500 hours size, nonetheless it isn't from line with the class. The bulky transmission tunnel and raked greenhouse sides mean you've little room to relocate. The rear seat is useless for adults or perhaps taller children. Visibility. Visibility out the back and front is surprisingly good, although the leading end with the car is actually difficult to judge because with the hood's slope and grille's bulbous shape. The small side mirrors as well as the thick rear roof pillars mean rear three-quarter visibility isn't great. Quality. Overall quality is exceptionally high with compelling home design to match. Leather, simulated suede, and metal or metal-filling plastics abound, and all things are assembled to a top level. It's an interior befitting an automobile of this class, and perhaps beyond it. Utility. The LC 500 hours has not much usable space considering its size. Small item storage is a premium, without even a fantastic spot to store your phone for simple access. The trunk is extremely small and gets hot quickly. The back seat is probably the most useful storage space within the vehicle. Small item storage. The door pockets, glove box and armrest bin are typically small. The cup holders are poorly placed, one is tied to overhanging trim as well as the other obstructs the touchpad. The armrest bin could be the only choice for phone storage. Nonetheless it requires 2 steps to reach and only hinges open facing the driving force. Cargo space. At 4.7 cubic feet, The spine is smaller than the two standard LC 500s trunk and Porsche 911s. It's small and shallow, using a high liftover, so you will end up limited to your couple of small bags. There's no extra storage under a corner floor, as well as the trunk gets quite hot after even relatively short drives. Child safety seat accommodation. There are latch points for rear outboard seats, but rear access is tough enough. Aichi, as well as the sorely limited rear seat space, signifies that finding a gauge that matches and maneuvering it into place would both be Herculean tasks. Technology. It's unfortunate that an auto, which looks so space-age on the lateral side, must be saddled with Lexus technology internally. While the trick sliding gauge cluster is often a nice touch, the infotainment technique is particularly frust, and voice controls yield inconsistent results. Audio and navigation. Our car's Mark Levinson system was truly excellent, even so the nav system is just not up to par. It requires an exact address, otherwise getting a destination is approximately very involved and impossible if you do not call destination assist. And having a human is undoubtedly an awkward solution. Smartphone integration. Bluetooth works very well as the ability to browse your phone's content with the Bluetooth connection is great. However, the car lacks Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Inform apps are offered, and you only obtain a limited collection of apps, and not all of them preferable to their standard counterparts. Driver aids. A full suite of driver aids is protected. The rear-view camera is effective enough, although for the car's size, a 360 camera can be nice. Forward and rear parking sensors help. Adaptive cruise mostly is successful, nevertheless it can occasionally be unpredictably overreactive and needs minding. Voice control. Voice controls present you with a lot of functionality, and then there are spoken and on-screen guides, but outcomes are inconsistent before you use the voice training program. Firstly, if someone makes a mistake in many processes, which might be several steps long, you could have to begin again rather than returning to college a step.